Where was I? Oh, we saw this little kitten at the side of the road, and she was just so adorable and sweet. She was loafing, and she looked really, really sick and really, really just, in Tagalog, we call it kawawa. And kawawa means, oh, you feel sorry for someone or something. Hey YouTube, it's Kevin from Kevin in the Philippines, and I'm here with my cat Higgy. Wanted to introduce her to you because this story is going to be all about her today. And she's such a sweetheart. Hopefully she'll want to stay in my arms for the length of this story. If not, I'll just set her down. If you're new to the channel or you've never watched one of my videos before, I grew up in the Philippines here in the 80s and 90s as a kid, and I just love telling stories about life back then and also things that happen to me now as I'm kind of semi-retired here in the Philippines. And the story of Higgy is definitely one of those modern stories, and it's kind of a sweet one. My girlfriend Angie and I love animals, and actually in the last couple years we were talking about wanting to adopt a cat someday, and we just kind of never really were sure which cat was the right one for us or where we would get her from. But one day we found this little girl. We even got matching tattoos of a cat on our wrists. And I'll show you a picture of my girlfriend and Angie and I when we're holding hands because it's kind of adorable. So that's how much we love cats. We also would, when we were driving around Dumaguete, we would always keep dog and cat treats in our motorcycle top box because there's a lot of animals around who are needy and hungry. And actually it's kind of sad, guys. You see them all over the place. And we wish we could rescue them all, but we can't. But when we do see them, we would stop on the side of the road and try to give them treats. And you doing okay, Higgs? And that way we could kind of help at least one or two. So one day we were in Valencia and we were out. I don't remember what we were doing. I think we were shopping for groceries or something. But we saw the cutest little kitten loafing on the side of the road. Do you want to go down, babe? You want to go down? I think she's getting tired of me holding her, so I'm going to set her down and continue the story. Okay, hold on a second. Okay, just stay here, huh? Don't go too far. Where was I? Oh, we saw this little kitten at the side of the road, and she was just so adorable and sweet. She was loafing, and she looked really, really sick and really, really just, in Tagalog, we call it kawawa. And kawawa means, oh, you feel sorry for someone or something. And we stopped to give her a treat, like we had done before with other cats. And she was really hungry, guys, and she was eating the little treats. But here's the interesting thing about her that was different from other cats. And that was she didn't run away when we approached her. There were so many other occasions when we would go up to a cat, and it would be frightened of us, and it would run away, and we would try to give it a treat or a little snack, and it didn't want it. It was afraid of us. And I think that's because of probably, unfortunately, abuse that sometimes happens with animals. And, cats often get things thrown at them, or the worst one I've ever heard was like hot water being thrown on them. And, it's because for some people they're a nuisance and they don't want them around. Anyway, so this little kitten was not afraid of us and accepted our treats. And there was just this moment when my girlfriend Angie and I looked at each other and we just kind of sort of said, should we take her home? Like, is this the cat for us? And so we did. We scooped her up off the street. We got her off out of danger and away from all the busy cars and motorcycles and brought her back to our apartment in Valencia. And we weren't just going to bring her inside right away. We decided that we were going to have a little test first. And the test was we would put her outside our door. And I gave her a little Tupperware container. She was so tiny, guys. A Tupperware with a little blanket in there and some milk and things like that. And we just left her out there. We left her out there all night. And the next morning, we went outside to see if she was still there. And she was. And my girlfriend says we actually did this about 2 or 3 times. But basically, this little girl was ours, and we decided that right then and there we were going to adopt her, and she was meant for us. The next thing we needed to do was give her a name, though. And so here's where we decided to do something fun. We both loved the TV show Magnum PI. I remember the show from back when it originally aired in the 80s with Tom Selleck, but it has since been rebooted, and they did several seasons of a reboot. And there's a character on the show named Higgins, or Juliet Higgins specifically. So we decided to name our cat Higgins, or Higgy for short. So that's her name, and Higgy has been with us ever since. She needed a lot of medical attention. When we first found her, she had really bad scabies in her fur. In fact, to this day, around her head, you can kind of see the remnants of how the scabies really hurt her. It was almost like you name it, she had it. She had worms. She had, things in her ears, mites in her ears. And so anyway, we had to get her treated. And I remember when we first weighed her at the vet, she was only like half a kilo. Well, I'm happy to tell you that she's already like 4 kilos now, because this has been like a year later. So she's made a full recovery, guys, and she's very, very healthy and happy. And as you might expect, completely spoiled rotten, right? She has everything her heart's desires. And she's got an automatic food feeder. She's got an automatic water feeder. She has toys. She gets dry food. She gets wet food. She gets snacks. And we even take her fun places sometimes, like the beach or the hot springs, which people can't believe. But she swims, guys. She swims in the water. She paddles. And, our thinking there was, hey, you're a Filipino cat. You should be able to get used to these 7,600 islands that you live in. You should be able to swim. So we take her with us, and we always have a blast, and we love her so much. She also finally grew up to experience her very first heat. And if you've never experienced a cat going through a heat, it's actually really wild and crazy. She makes a bunch of noises, and outside of our apartment, every single tomcat around was starting to circle the place because they wanted to mate with her. And I had to be the protective dad that was like, "You're not going near my daughter. Get away." So eventually we took Higgy to the vet and had her spayed, and she completely healed from that, and she's super healthy and happy now. If there's a takeaway for this video, it's an easy one, guys, and that is, let's try to be kind to animals out there. There's so many hungry, abused, hurt, stray animals in the Philippines, and we come across them all the time. If you do, please have a heart and be kind to them. Maybe you could even keep treats in your box of your motorcycle or in your car. And if you come across a needy animal, give them a little snack, show them some love, because there's a lot of them out here, guys. Another thing is they're not really big on spaying and neutering here. So unfortunately, there's a growth explosion of cats and dogs. And that just leads to more suffering because there's a lot more animals and not enough people to take care of them and love them. So that would be the takeaway. Have a heart, and when you see some of these animals, maybe do what you can to help them. Okay, leave a comment below if you've ever rescued an animal. I'll probably do a hashtag on this video, rescue animal or rescue cat or something like that. And let me know if your pet was a rescued pet, maybe from a shelter, or maybe you were like us and you found your cat or dog out on the street and you just rescued it. Another word in Tagalog is askal, which just means like kind of like a wild dog, or not a wild dog, but like a mutt, like just one that's out there on the street. Maybe you adopted a mutt like that and took it in. And let us know the name of your pet and if you're how you're taking care of them, and if you're spoiling them, because I hope you are. All right, guys, I will close out this video here and say thanks for watching. I'm glad you got to meet Higgy, and you will hopefully see more of her in future videos because she goes with us everywhere. We love to have adventures with Higgy. And I thank you for watching this one. I will leave it there and say give this video a like if you appreciate the story and you love Higgy. And consider subscribing for more stories about life here in the Philippines. And I will say goodbye for now, and mabuhay. I had to go get her, guys, because she wandered off and went into the neighbor's yard. Higgy, did you have fun on your first time on YouTube? Say hi. Say hi to the people on YouTube. Hi, guys. Hi. You did really good. I thought you were a natural, and I think you could be a star on YouTube. You might want to have your own channel, maybe. Ooh, yeah. Higgy in the Philippines. What do you think? It could all be about adventures about you. All right. Bye, guys. Take care. Okay, let's go back inside the house now, okay? Sige na, let's go now. Okay, come on.